We're going to look at some options in Safari and iCloud right now. I went ahead and opened Safari. Again, let's go through some keyboard shortcuts. If I hold down Command and then click my Tab key, I can click through while holding down Command. I can actually see what programs are open. For example, I'm going to go ahead and close out Safari. So I hold down Command and then click my Q key to go ahead and close down Safari. Now I'm showing you on the screen is a screenshot of some new Safari where it now removes all cross-site trafficking data. That means that if you looked at mountain bikes on one website and then you found mountain bikes everywhere you looked, it eliminates that cross-site trafficking. I always hate it when Nordstrom brings up the boots that I've been looking at for the past couple months. So we're going to go ahead and open up Safari and go through a couple of options there. Especially getting into Moodle, even on the Baker website, you will see that you have to have cookies enabled. Some websites automatically block cookies, which is really like a little robot that comes into your computer and tracks what you do. And so in a Safari, let me go ahead and log into SMS. I'll go ahead and get into Baker. So when I go into Baker and I go into my portal, I'm going to go up to the Safari option and down to settings for this website. And here I can choose to enable content blockers, or in Baker's case, I'm going to make sure that's unchecked. So then Moodle and things and options in my portal will pop up. So if you're not getting a page to quote unquote pop up or work, you can go up to File or Safari, down to Settings for this website, and make sure that your content blockers, which is the same as cookies, are enabled. You can also use the Reader, which is Adobe Reader, when you have it available. The second thing we're going to go to look at is up to Safari and down to Preferences. And this is interesting because, for example, my homepage when I open up Safari always goes to the apple.com. You may want to put it to your school districts. You may want to put it to a Google page. It's really up to you. You can change your settings if a new window opens with your favorites or an empty page or your home page. This is also something awesome to do with your students, so you guys are always on the same page. If you have, like some of my students, open up to what's called a Symbaloo page where it's appropriate websites that they will go find different content. So I have them change their default settings in Safari that will always go to that Symbaloo page. But you can change your home page here. You can show your top 12 sites. This is also extremely important. When you download files in the internet, you're like, where do they go? I'm not sure where they go. Well, here's where you can actually change where they go. By default, it is in download, but you can choose other and choose your desktop, choose your Google Drive, choose your iCloud Drive, etc. Or you can say, you know what, I do it differently for each download, so I want you to please ask for each download. If you keep things like, I usually set this after one day, or even manually, because sometimes when I plan on my block days, I plan for a week ahead of time. So I don't necessarily want my downloads to just delete after one day. So you can even go manually. Now, the problem is that creates another step for you where you have to physically go in to clean that out to manage your storage. So this is under the General tab in Safari. You can navigate through the tabs, autofill if you wanted to save passwords or not, search, security, privacy, different websites that you have changed. For example, I want the content blockers to be off for anything that is Baker University. I also want to be able to have my microphone work, because when I go to record audio, I want to make sure that it is allowed, so I can go and allow my microphone. So that's inside websites. So I want you to take a minute and go through each General tab's autofill. Here are your passwords, your search. You can even change what search engine you go to. Security, and I change block pop-up windows also, because when I am in Baker, I want Moodle to be able to pop up. Here's your privacy. This is at, now if you want to uncheck cross-site trafficking, you can click that box there. You can also ask websites not to track me. Now, some websites may not function if you do ask to not track you, but that is your choice. You can also block all cookies or individuals, but also know that some websites don't have complete functionality if you block the cookies. And here are your extensions, which is for a totally another class. And then you have your advanced, which shows the full website address. You can also change what your style sheet or what your the look of your Safari looks like. So those are all things about Safari that I would like for you to explore. But I'm going to go ahead and close this out, go over to my Apple, and we're going to talk a little bit about iCloud. So we're going to go over to the Apple, upper left-hand corner, down to System Preferences, and then we're going to navigate to iCloud. I'm going to go ahead and open up iCloud so you can see. Now you can see even in my large capacity computer of 200 gigabytes, I have 180 already used, and most of those are photo and videos because of what I teach. Now I choose to mix my personal and professional life. Like my phone is synced, everything is synced into one account for my iCloud account, which is essentially Apple's version of Google Drive. That's completely up to you. If you don't want your photos on your phone to be on your computer or vice versa, you can just simply toggle your photos on and off. I'm not going to chance that because I have over 13,000 photos on here. I love that your calendars and your reminders are both synced because I can add something to my phone, it pops into my computer. I can add something to my computer, pops into my phone, and then even into my iWatch actually. So this is just my choice. I usually enable Find My Mac. Very much so I can locate my cell phones, etc. But I also want to show you that this is the option of if you want to know kind of where, if you get a message that says, hey, you're almost out of space, where to go fix that. And that's underneath. If you go to System Preferences, iCloud, and then go to Manage, then you can see where all your storage is coming from. And you can see on the left-hand side that 134 gigabytes is my photo library. And then I have 262 megabytes in my QuickTime because I record all these different videos. And also I record lots of lectures for students. So you can go through and see what is taking up so much. Then you can individually go through and delete documents or data. Or I even pay the $2.99 a month personally so I can have a really large iCloud account. To me, it's worth it to have all my photos and everything backed up in my iCloud for $2.99 a month. So you can click on Change Storage Plan and then get everything signed up, and it takes you through iTunes and charges just like you would be buying a song. So it comes through on an app purchase on my iTunes account every month. So that is iCloud. It's up to you. If you are running out of energy or storage, you can absolutely uncheck or unsync those items. If you want to start doing that, you can select those items. I even can manage my own family through my iCloud account. And that is iCloud and Safari.